and the business lending blueprint are gonna ruin the business lending industry. To make it make sense, let me jog your memory back. What happened in 2008? The market crashed because of all the subprime loans and mortgage-backed securities, whatever it is. But the root cause of the issue was, number one, you had very hungry banks that didn't really give a damn on what happened to these products because they were selling their mortgage-backed securities and just selling to a bunch of investors, which caused a lot of money to be in the system as far as loan origination. So it lowered the standards of what it takes in order to qualify for a mortgage, where anybody could get a mortgage. What this did is it introduced so many people into the loan origination industry. Everybody and their mama was offering business loans. Okay, this is at the time where you didn't really need much to offer business loans. I mean, there was no product knowledge you needed to have. You needed to know people with a heartbeat and wanted to buy a house. That's all you needed. And you would get them business loans. People started making fake documents. People started making fake bank statements, fake W-2s, all kind of shit. And eventually the market crashed. There was heavy regulation that was put into the industry. And as we sit here in 2023, the loan origination industry still has never recovered from that. It moved the loan origination industry because there was so many different independent mortgage brokers, loan originators that actually did a really good job. I was one of them that actually understood the different products that are available, and we made pretty decent money doing what we did, helping first-time home buyers, people refinance, and so forth and so on. The regulation that affected that industry did a few things. It eliminated the loan origination industry, making it unprofitable for a reasonable loan originator to actually make money and help clients, given the fact that they eliminated yield spread, or they restricted how much you can make on yield spread with cutting that money. This is horrible because now there's not a lot of people to represent first-time home buyers. Gave this back to like the banks. It's not lucrative anymore to be a loan originator to really help small business owners buy their first house. There's not that many people that are doing it right now. This forced me to go ahead and start. I found out about the business lending industry. There was no regulation, and I can still do what I love doing. Regulation sometimes is not needed. It actually ruins an industry. Clear example as it did with the loan origination industry. Majority of the time that he's even spent in the banking world is about regulation and making sure that, everything is, it's just done. It's not a stupid paperwork. Bringing this back and how I'm so disgusted with Oz Conner and business lending blueprint. I see the same thing happening. I see this industry that I really love that has focused on the main objective of business loan broker is to understand all the different products that are available in the marketplace. Because a business owner is only good at what they do. If you own a restaurant, you're really good at what they do, and that's all you need to be focusing on. If you own a construction company, you're really good at what they do, and that's if you own a concrete company, if you own a real estate, whatever the hell you do, I don't care. You need somebody that can represent you as it pertains to funding. And a good business loan broker understands the different products that are available in the marketplace, understands how to be able to go over each one of the different lending matrix, the underwriting criteria for each one of these lenders that are out there, because each lender is completely different. They have their own underwriting criteria. A good business loan broker understands that. A good business loan broker understands how to maintain a long-term relationship with their clients. Now, Oz, over here. Number one, does he understand the products? Hell no. Oz does not know shit about shit. All he does is knows how to shove merchant cash advances down good business owners that don't even need merchant cash advances throat so he can make his commission. That's what Oz is doing, and that's what he's teaching people how to do. He's turning this industry into exactly what happened to the mortgage industry, where loan origination just anybody and everybody, the taxi man was a loan originator. It didn't matter who you were, as long as you can gather some names and phone numbers and people that are interested in buying loans, you could be a loan originator. That's what Oz is doing. I saw this video that he did right here that we're gonna somewhat try to react to, and if you even look at his channel, this guy is the biggest piece of scam as it pertains to the business loan industry that I've ever seen. I've really never seen anything like this. This is disgusting. And the thing is the fact that this is a blue ocean, meaning that there's not a lot of people that are teaching people how to get into this industry, is the reason why he's able to do this. Because common sense will tell you, any reasonable business loan broker will tell you that the shit that he's doing is ridiculous. How this guy went from delivering food to a six-figure income, okay? Now, I'm not knocking it. If you're doing Uber Eats, cool, whatever it is, whatever you need to do to pay your bills, good. But I'm talking about if this guy came in, understand the products, understands the different underwriting criteria, understand how to read a credit report, understand how to read a bank statements, understand how to help the borrower make the best decision based on their funding needs, great. But if Oz is teaching these people how to fucking just sell merchant cash advances, there's an issue with that. Because you have small business owners that are going to go out there and borrow this money at very expensive rates. They're going to get in trouble because the merchant cash advance is a very, very different product than any other goddamn lending product there is out there. They actually take the money before it gets into your bank account. It's ridiculous. So let me just.
Because of the pandemic, everything closed, so I joined even Uber Eats to deliver food because it was one of the few things that were still moving.
Yeah.
Essentials. And while I was working on that, I was going through the program. The first deal that I had, she got approved for 80 grand. And she invested it, and she's like so grateful.
What do you think is the total revenue you generated?
I want you to go through all his program, and I want you to notice they're not talking about a specific product, or I help somebody get a $80,000 real estate loan, or I help somebody establish a $80,000 line of credit, or I help somebody, get $80,000 in credit card stacking. No, it's just merchant cash advances. That's all this company gives a fuck about. There's no specifics about what the hell they're doing.
Is so far
probably like around 60 to 70 grand. I'm gonna hit like $1 million in loans and probably like $1 million in ERC.
That's totally amazing. As far as the ROI is concerned, I don't even know how many times ROI. That's like 20, 30 times ROI in a few months. That's like insane.
The vehicle that you provide is so amazing and so complete that it has everything that we need. It has everything. If you're looking to join the program, do it. It's the best decision you will ever make.
So
for that reason, I don't necessarily ask my members to join me on Zoom calls and talk about the program, because if anyone is looking into it, there's more than enough proof that this is real. If you're willing to put the work, there's no free money. You have to spend the time, but you have to spend the time putting the work anyways to something, right? So it's better to put into something that actually grows, and you can turn it into a business that can sustain your life and build and evolve into like a scaling type of business with high profitability.
Why does he have a problem looking at the camera?
I'm only doing these when I come across people that are interesting and they've been in our community for a while and we spend some time, so I kind of know them personally. That's what I decided to do instead of spitting out like so many testimonials. So Alan is one of those people. So we were in Miami for 2 days for an event. He got an exclusive invitation from me along with 15 other people, I believe, because they're operating at a higher level in their business and they focused on this one.
Come on.
So Alan, how you doing?
Pretty good, doing good. And I joined, and I know I was here for the long run because I found the value of what you do. Thank you for it. And I started slow, but I knew I wanted to build good foundation and everything in the way that I can explain to my clients what I do and how we can help them, but I'm not feeling like insecure. So that's the way I like to do things. I like to dive, to know what I'm doing, know all the angles of the business. And
none of these videos have any substance. There's just I have a lot of these fluffy bullshit.
Then go out and kill it. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Like I just
because that's where they get their coaching from, like one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and all of that. It seems like everyone knew you. That's very interesting.
Yeah, because I've been joining the weekly calls since I started. I was working doing 3D tours for virtual properties. And during the peak of the pandemic, everything closed. I was driving like 1,000 miles a month, and also when the 3D tours business stopped for a little while, so I joined even Uber Eats to deliver food because it was one of the few things that were still moving.
Yeah.
Essentials. And while I was working on that, I was going through the program.
Wow.
With the models, and I was like learning. I'm going through the weekly calls from the ones that were on file, listening to the questions from other students. And just trying to get as much info as I could learn. And then when I had everything set, I went out to businesses to offer my services, and I have pretty good response. It's been
areas of finance that you can help when you become like a finance broker, right? So you help them with their daily needs, with their business needs and all of that. And that's a lot of people out there. It's not that they don't want to get funding, it's just they don't know their options, right? So if they go through a bank, they have horrible experiences. So I'm glad that we have you in our community. I remember that Uber Eats, now you're becoming a loan broker in the financial services industry. That's a major shift. And from our conversation, I know that you got your family involved in this too. Your wife is a part of this now.
Okay, we gotta continue.
They're attracted to it. I think the biggest reason why people succeed in this business is when they truly believe in what they're doing, right? So the business is solid. It will work with you or without you. But if you follow a system, it transforms your life. So let's talk about what it is that you're doing as a business loan broker, because in our community, again, we have different funding options, different specialties, different niches. What are you going after? What kind of businesses that you're working with to help them get funding?
I started as a generalist. The first deal that I had was someone that I know personally. They invited me to a conference about business investment opportunity that I will get like 8% monthly if I invest like 10 grand. But it was like something like multi-level. I went to thousands of conferences about that, you know, trying to get some other business. But it was not my thing. I did it just to listen to the person that invited me. And I ended up signing her for a line of credit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's like, hey, Ale, you should join in. They were, yeah, but I need to something else. And she went, no, you can invest here. I told her, well, why don't you invest and I can get you unsecured line of credit. You need collateral. And she was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. And that day she said, oh yeah, come to my office. And she gave me her credit report, her ID, she gave me everything. And she got approved for 80 grand. And she invested it, and she's like so grateful with me. Like, she even told me, hey, I wanna give you a present. I'm gonna give you the entrance fee for that investment. So she gave me $1,500 from her pocket.
Wow.
And she signed me up in that business. And I was like, amazing.
This
and
is so
she already
stupid.
sent me like 4 referrals for ERC.
What? Nice.
Yeah,
So you can draw a business lending blueprint. You get access to partners. One of them is they're huge on helping people claim.
When he says partners, he's talking about brokers, other business loan brokers that you send your business to. And again, I go back to what my mission is. And my mission is I try to focus on training people how to become a real business loan broker, not just a glorified referral partner. Mr. Oz is training people how to become a glorified referral partners, not to just
credit that they might be qualified.
Yeah. It's the best investment I made in my life. Like, my mind is always like trying to look on the business wherever I am. But since I joined the blueprint, it's been like just this. I also signed her for ERC. She and her sister.
Oh, wow.
Anybody that is listening to what he's saying about ERC, it's a government program that was brought out after COVID. And Oz doesn't teach you how to do this in-house. I can tell you that much. They have people that you send it's always people that you send your business to. You don't understand how to actually be a business loan broker. That's the whole point. You know, I'm trying to see if I can pull his what he calls the business lending blueprint. It's the most stupid shit that you'll ever see. It's just it's almost this is it right here. This is this lead flow chart for us. And if you're a real business loan broker, please comment below. I need your help to take this motherfucker down, like for real. This is ridiculous, because this is not how our industry works. So it starts, what will you be using the funding for? Starting a business, he says you go ahead $0 to $50,000. What's your credit score? And what do you say? Submit to NCC, National Corporate Credit. Submit to 7 figures, or submit to credit repair. If they have less than 650 or less, submit to credit repair. Number one, this is not the criteria you use in order to determine what's up. I want you to know, I was probably gonna take this video down. This is the blueprint. This dumbass sheet that you see in front of you is the blueprint that he's telling to brokers that they're supposed to be using in order to become a business loan broker. So what we'll be using the money for? Fund the current business. Okay, how long have you been in business? Less than 4 months? 4 to 24 months? 24 months plus. So less than 4 months, you go this way and you come right here, and then you're gonna submit to these people. And these are brokers, these are not lenders. What is it? 4 to 24 months? How much are you requesting for? Is there any revenue? If he says rush, submit to MCA. There's no what do they need the money for. There's no what is your credit score, how long you been in business. None of that shit matters. Submit to MCA. Go to real estate section. Submit to ARF. ARF is the only real lender on this goddamn document. Purchase. This is so dumb. This is so, like, I looked, Velocity is a real lender too. And the thing is, you don't want to restrict yourself. As a business loan broker, you can't restrict yourself to just only one lender. You know, and WBL, it's just, it's embarrassing. It's stupid. And that what I just showed you, that is, I'm not going to sit here and even listen to this shit, because this is just ridiculous. And this guy, and it's not like I'm knocking him from going from delivering food to now offering business loans. The point is the fact that exactly what happened in the residential loan industry, if all these businesses are gonna do this is just focus on cranking up and getting people to send them leads and shoving a specific product down their throat, just like what happened in real estate. People just got shoved into subprime. Oh, subprime. FHA could have been a better option for you, but fuck it. Let's go with subprime. Let's go with this adjustable rate mortgage. It has a low payment. And again, clients cling on to the advice of the person that is on the other side. These people they're following your direction. And you saw what happened with that. And when you're talking about businesses, now we're not just, it's not individual people that we're hurting. The American economy is on the backbone of small businesses. So when we're hurting small business owners by having a system that is just so dumb, so this is the business lending blueprint right here. Is this really how it's done? Brokers, please comment below. If you're a real business owner broker, is this how you do it? This is just dumb. You know, I know I made a lot of videos just recently about Oz because I'm just so frustrated. Hopefully I can really stop this guy from lying. He lies so much that he can't even look at you straight in the eye. He can't even look at you straight in the face and just, you know, every single time he talks.
Hey, you want to come in? Come here, it's everything. We have
and none of his videos have substance.
Well, many people think that having 15 other businesses will make more money. You've been on that boat. I've been on that boat. It just doesn't work. Yeah, if you have to keep a side job until you get this going.
And he constantly is talking about this community. And if you go to his Facebook pages, you can't really, if you have any negative comments that get deleted, it's the regular bullshit that you deal with people that are scamish like this. If you ever ask a serious questions, if you ever want to know, hey, how can I understand a credit report? They don't want you to ask these type of questions. You know, how can I read a bank statement? It's not. Don't need to read a bank statement. Just send it to one of our merchant cash advance lenders. That's what you need to do. You know, how do I understand, you know, what type of credit the client has? No, you don't need to know that shit. Just fucking send it to these people. It's ruining the industry. It really is. If you can just go and see his stuff and how much substance they lack, it's ridiculous. And Oz, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How to fight demotivation. This gotta be the biggest scam when you're talking about business lending opportunities. Or this is just ridiculous. I'm done. I'm sick of this shit. This is just ridiculous. I'm done. I'll see you guys on the next video.